The screech of tires shattered the evening calm as a glossy electric supercar skidded into my driveway. From behind my blinds, I watched sparks erupt from my EV charger, the connection point spitting dangerous arcs of electricity. The car's dashboard blared with alarms, its emergency lights strobing wildly. A statuesque woman with a razor-sharp blonde bob leapt out, her face twisted with fury. She ripped the charging cable from her sleek vehicle and hurled it to the ground, unleashing a torrent of curses into the night. Hidden in the shadows, I allowed myself a quiet smirk. After months of theft, arrogance, and harassment, my trap had sprung. This wasn't petty vengeance. It was a meticulously crafted reckoning to reclaim what was mine. Her rage was worth every dollar I'd spent. Sometimes you have to match audacity with ingenuity, especially when a neighbor believes they're above the law. 6 months ago, I'd embraced the electric vehicle revolution. Soaring gas prices and a desire to shrink my carbon footprint led me to a shiny new Nissan Ariya and a level 2 charger installed in my driveway. The setup wasn't cheap. $2,500 for the charger, plus $1,500 for electrical upgrades to handle the power draw. But I crunched the numbers. Fuel savings would recoup the cost in 2 years. I was thrilled to contribute to a greener world and charge overnight at home. The installation was a slog. Electricians spent 2 days rewiring my panel to meet code, drilling, and testing under the curious eyes of neighbors in Oakwood Glen. Most were supportive, asking about EVs, but Eleanor Hayes was different. Strutting over in designer boots, she grilled the crew about HOA permits. I explained I'd secured approval from the architectural committee, and her disappointment was palpable. She lingered, eyeing the charger and probing its specs, wattage, speed, like she was sizing it up. I thought she was just nosy. I was wrong. The first month was perfect. I'd plug in after work, and by morning, my car was ready for my commute. My electric bill ticked up slightly, as expected, and I tracked every kilowatt hour in a spreadsheet, smug about my eco-conscious choice. I bragged to coworkers, reveling in never visiting a gas station. Then my second utility bill arrived, and my jaw dropped. It had skyrocketed from $130 to $360. Thinking it was a mistake, I called the utility company. The rep confirmed the readings, suggesting I'd used more power than I realized. Baffled, I installed an energy monitor on my panel to track real-time usage by circuit. The data was staggering. My charger was drawing power for hours each night, long after my car was fully charged. Some nights, it activated after I'd unplugged and gone to bed. Someone was tampering with my charger. I checked my car's charging log, which showed shorter sessions than the monitor recorded. To rule out a glitch, I called the charger's manufacturer. A technician remotely accessed my unit's diagnostics and dropped a bombshell. Multiple vehicles had connected to my charger. Each EV has a unique identifier, and mine logged not just my Nissan but a high-performance luxury vehicle with a massive power draw. Suspicion gnawed at me. I varied my schedule, coming home at odd hours to catch the culprit. I asked trusted neighbors about strange activity. Mrs. Lillian, an elderly widow, mentioned seeing a fancy, silent car in my driveway late at night during her dog walks. Thought it was a friend, she said. Determined, I installed a security camera aimed at the charger. The next night's footage was jaw-dropping. At 11:45 p.m., a gleaming Porsche Taycan, Eleanor Hayes's, 3 houses down, glided into my driveway. Eleanor, HOA president and self-appointed neighborhood queen, glanced around furtively, unplugged my car, and hooked up her Porsche. She sat inside for 50 minutes, likely charging, then drove off. I rewatched the video, fury rising. Eleanor, who preached rules and boundaries, was stealing my electricity. I decided to confront her calmly. The next day, I knocked on her pristine colonial home's door, footage ready on my phone. Her polished smile didn't reach her eyes. I showed her the video and explained the theft. Instead of shame, she laughed, a sharp, dismissive bark. "Oh, Michael, don't be so theatrical," she said. As HOA president, I was inspecting community charging assets. When I insisted it was my private property, she waved me off. Per Section 6.2 of our bylaws, street visible utilities are shared resources under HOA oversight for community use. I was floored. Eleanor, I've read the bylaws. No such rule exists. You're lying. Her smile tightened, but she leaned casually against the doorframe. As a bylaws co-author, I assure you it's implied under resource management. You must have missed it. My blood boiled. She was gaslighting me. Even if it existed, Eleanor's mask slipped, annoyance flickering. Accusing a community leader of theft is defamatory, Michael. Tread carefully. She suggested I raise it at the next HOA meeting, warning that other board members shared chargers under community reciprocity. Defeated but resolute, I left. That night, Eleanor brazenly charged at 7:30 p.m., leaving a fast food bag, $1.28 worth of gourmet takeout, by my charger. The receipt confirmed her name. She could afford luxury meals but stole my power for her $300,000 Porsche. I researched state laws. Unauthorized utility use was misdemeanor theft, with penalties tied to the stolen value. Documentation was key. I added a second camera, logged every incident, and photographed meter readings before and after Eleanor's sessions. I discreetly asked neighbors about HOA overreach. Several shared stories: board members parking in private spaces, picking fruit from yards, inspecting properties without notice. Eleanor's clique acted entitled, and my case wasn't unique. To deter her, I parked closer to the charger, blocking access. That evening, Eleanor pounded on my door, livid. "Move your car. It's obstructing the community charger." I reiterated it was private property. "You've got 20 minutes or I'm towing it," she snapped. Sure enough, a tow truck arrived. I blocked the driver, showing my deed and explaining. He left, confused but reasonable. The next day, an HOA violation notice arrived, citing obstruction of community resources with a $300 fine. I requested a slot at the next HOA meeting, preparing a presentation with footage, my deed, charger receipts, and bylaws proving no shared resource clause. At the Oakwood Glen Community Center, 25 neighbors watched as I presented. I showed Eleanor's theft, expecting support. Instead, I got glares. Eleanor stood, sighing dramatically. Michael's new and doesn't get our ways. His charger, visible from the street, falls under shared guidelines. Her ally, Nathan, chimed in. Sharing is our ethos. Michael's selfishness lacks community spirit. I was stunned. They were endorsing theft. The board upheld the violation 4-1, with only Mrs. Lillian dissenting. As we left, she whispered, "They've ruled like tyrants for years. No one fights back. They'll ruin you." Defeated but defiant, I consulted my lawyer, Greg. He warned HOA disputes were costly, but urged creative legal solutions. Inspired, I devised a trap. I ordered a smart charger with user authentication, a high-def night vision camera, a hidden microphone disguised as a garden stone, and a digital meter for precise usage tracking. I built a mini-computer hidden in a weatherproof box, programmed to detect unauthorized vehicles via their charging signatures. If a non-approved car connected, it would charge normally for 20 minutes, then trigger harmless voltage fluctuations to spark dashboard warnings without damage. My college friend, an electrical engineer, helped fine-tune the system over late-night calls, ensuring safety and efficacy. Luxury EVs like Eleanor's were hypersensitive, perfect for my plan. I hid the hardware in the charger's casing, added a cellular backup, and linked everything to cloud storage. The setup took a weekend, but by Sunday, it was flawless, compliant with codes, and invisible to Eleanor. Monday night, Eleanor's Porsche rolled in. I watched live as she unplugged my car and connected hers, settling in with her phone. Her tailored jacket and pearl earrings screamed wealth, yet she stole my power. The microphone caught her call. "I'll be home soon, babe." Charging at the usual spot. These clueless newbies never get it. Her casual entitlement fueled my resolve. At 20 minutes, the system triggered. Her dashboard lit up, warnings flashing. She frantically replugged the cable, but the alerts persisted. Panicked, she called Nathan, who arrived to inspect. Same result. I strolled out, feigning concern. Problem. Eleanor spun livid. Your defective charger fried my Porsche system. The HOA will make you pay. It costs a fortune. I stayed calm.
Odd.
Since you're not authorized to use it, Nathan loomed, but I held my ground, pulling up my app. My system logs 52 unauthorized connections from a Porsche plate YLH5678, stealing 1,400 kilowatt-hours, $2.80 at local rates. Video, audio, and timestamps confirm it's you, Eleanor, including you saying he's too dumb to notice I charge free every night. Her face paled. You can't prove it's me, she spat. I showed the footage compilation. Nathan tried to interrupt, but I pressed on. I filed a police report for theft and a civil suit for damages, harassment, and your baseless violations. Every homeowner got my evidence, plus a list of your board's fake fines. I've also demanded an HOA financial audit. Their panicked glances betrayed guilt. You'll hear from our lawyers, Nathan blustered, and they fled. Detective Ramirez called the next morning, reviewing my evidence and offering charges. I agreed. This was about accountability. Eleanor faced criminal theft charges and my lawsuit. The HOA called an emergency meeting to retroactively deem chargers community resources. Eleanor expected a win, but my evidence package had galvanized neighbors. The amendment failed 22-2, with only Eleanor and Nathan voting yes. A homeowner proposed an independent audit of HOA finances, passing overwhelmingly. Eleanor's reign was crumbling. The civil case was swift. Eleanor's lawyer pushed for a settlement, but I refused. Principle trumped money. In court, my attorney dismantled her. Videos played Eleanor stealing, mocking me on calls, admitting her scam. She claimed HOA rights, but my lawyer produced the bylaws, demanding she show the shared resource clause. She couldn't. The judge, a no-nonsense woman, wasn't fooled. HOA's status doesn't let you steal, Mrs. Hayes. It demands more respect for rights. Eleanor was ordered to pay $1,900, triple the stolen power, plus fees. The audit exposed worse. Eleanor and allies had siphoned HOA funds for lavish dinners, trips, even a charger at her lake house, billed as community infrastructure. An emergency meeting ousted Eleanor, Nathan, and 2 others. Eleanor's plea for support was drowned by angry murmurs. The case hit local news, inspiring other neighborhoods to fight HOA abuses. I became a go-to for homeowner rights advice. I gated my driveway and added a key charger lock. When HOA elections opened, neighbors urged me to run. Hesitant, I saw the need for honest leadership and won in a landslide with 85% voter turnout, a rebuke of the old guard. As a board member, I pushed a homeowner's bill of rights banning unauthorized property use, mandating transparent finances, and creating a non-board audit team. We hired a professional management firm to curb board power. Eleanor's house sat unsold, her Porsche parked on the street after she repaid HOA funds misused for a home gym. Each morning, she avoided my gaze, a reminder that unchecked entitlement meets its match in justice. Oakwood Glen was free, and I'd helped make it so.